I got introduced into dirt bikes from my dad. He used to race in the desert. I think I was about 3 years old, and I got a Honda 50. It was my first dirt bike, and I'd do circles out in the desert all day for 6 hours while he raced trophy trucks, and I mean, that's how we started. I think I did my first race when I was about 4 or 5. I raced on the Honda 50 against some kids on Cobras and KTMs, and I mean, that was all new to us because we had never seen anything like it. These kids are jumping. We thought it was just a bunch of kids like me, but I think my first race was at Star West on the kids' track. You know, we slowly elevated from there, obviously. Probably when I got onto 65s, I got sponsored by KTM. It was still serious, but I was still, like most kids at that age, that are, I would say, getting sponsored by a big company like KTM, or either homeschooled or living at a training facility. I didn't get homeschooled till 2 years ago, 9th grade, and still, like, I don't live at a training facility. I got my house here in California. I ride around here, and that's about it. We chose to stay in school for as long as possible because obviously my parents want me to have a backup plan if racing doesn't end up like we thought it would, or if I'm not champion. So, and even still, if I do win and say I'm the greatest racer of all time, I still want to be able to have careers after racing. You know, money won't keep coming in forever, so you got to be smart with it. You got to, you know, plan, and I mean, it's more than just racing. We were at Loretta's, I believe, and I was on 65s, and I had just won the first moto of the week, I believe, and we were talking with him about it a little bit, and I didn't even think much of it. Obviously, I saw Carson and all those guys on the team, and I'd say Honda's always been one of my dream teams. Like, they're always the elite. And I didn't think much of it, because obviously, you know, people throw things at you, and I mean, it kind of just either fizzles out or it turns into reality. But I kept racing later on that week, and we had a couple meetings with them, and we met at the shop in Corona, and I think about a year and a half later, we finally signed our deal, and that was a big relief off my whole family's shoulders. It's a lot of mixed feelings. Like, it's almost like when your first week, you feel like you're at the top of the world. Like, but I mean, it's still got to go out there and race. Still got to. I mean, once you're signed, you don't just get to go do whatever you want. They signed you for a reason, obviously. Winning at one point, so you got to try to keep that up. And it was a big relief because my dad was working on my bikes. He was my mechanic all the time. So to have a mechanic that was always working on my bikes, keeping them tip-top shape, that was a big relief for him, and it gave him opportunities to work more, make more money, to help me, I mean, live my dreams. My dad was in Boston for jobs. My mom would take me to the track, like borrow somebody's truck, because we didn't have Sprinter vans or trucks all the time. My mom travels for work now, which is a pretty big sacrifice, obviously. She's still making money to support us, but I thank my parents a lot for letting me live my dreams, basically, because not every kid gets to do this.